good. I think it's going good. Yeah. Especially when you get that comment, like, man, you're pushing the limit there. Yeah. Shitterbot, you in there?
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. Everyone wins.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, and genders of all types, welcome to the 2024 Curl Sask Mixed Doubles Provincials in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. We are into quarterfinal matchups at this year's Provincial Doubles Championship. You got the brother-sister combo, Rylan Kleider and Madison Kleider, versus BBB, Brett Barber from Bigger. No, not Big, Bold, and Beautiful. Brett Barber from Bigger. And the Brahma Bulls' eldest son, Mitch Height. And in our featured game coming straight at you, we got Christie Gamble and Dustin, the Duke of Kalthoff, versus the, you got to have a nasty cold to say these names, but the Bukurak brother-sister combo. Games are just getting underway in Swift Current. My name is Chris Heichert, and alongside me is Trevor Shooterbot Bothrow joining me on the commentary. Welcome this evening, Trev.
Chris, good to join you. I'm joining you through the magic of the interweb from Saskatoon tonight, only because in my contract I specified that I had to be 220 kilometers away from you to do this broadcast tonight. So.
That's right. You know, you pointed out a great point. Commentary we can bring from the comfy of your own couch. You can log on and do commentary for any curling stadium game you'd like to. Reach out if you have at all any interest in doing some commentary, much like my man Shooterbot and I have. But enough about that. Let's dive right into this quarterfinal matchup. Right off the hop, I'm not sure I can count that high, but there's several rocks in that 4-foot already.
Yes, the defending champions team, Bukurak, they won the provincial mixed doubles title last year in Weyburn. They went all the way from a tiebreaker to winning the final, and they beat Madison Kleider and Rylan Kleider in the final last year, who coincidentally are playing in the other quarterfinal on the ice right now.
Well, speaking of Bukurak, that was a Buka brick, that last shot. I think he was trying to come into the rinks with that. Just kind of choked the chain a little bit to come up light, giving the Duke of Boer a chance to go pillar to post on this one and get one into the 4-foot and really position his rocks nicely.
Looks like the two teams are getting after each other right away. That 4-foot looks busy.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not going to be that busy if we keep cracking on guards all evening. It's we've been blessed with some great ice conditions so far at this year's mixed doubles provincials. Lots of curl, nice fast speed, and it's been fairly conducive to high percentage shot making out here. Adam Bukurak here with the intern. I believe he's going to look for a little bit of an intern tap back. Pillar to post out of the young chap's hand here. He certainly won't want to yank the chain on this one and come up light again.
And also shout out to producer James, who's bringing you all the commercials here tonight as well as the video.
No, I'll throw a shout out while we're at it to the entire Curling Stadium team. You got one of the founders and forefathers of Curling Stadium, Jerry Gertz. James Gordon out of Martinsville, who does a pile of producing of these games for all you folks. No matter what couch you're sitting on, what chair, or even if you're in the bathroom sitting on the throne, we're bringing you live curling right to your favorite tablet or device. And these games are produced by the Curl Stadium team, and James Gordon plays a big role in that. Shout out to the entire Curling Stadium team, John Benton with USA operations. Curling Stadium is in over 20 different locations on several different continents and countries. It's growing, folks. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium. Whew, now that I got that plug out of the way, shooter, let's get back to the curling game.
Dustin Dugabor Kalthoff with a little out-turn guard, I believe he's throwing here.
Let's have a look at this house situation. I believe yellow is shot rocked. So Dustin just kind of guarding up that out-turn side of things. I think they're more than happy to take their one with the way the situation is kind of unfolded here in the forefoot in this first end.
And credit to the ice makers there at the Swift Crew, because as you can tell, those reds in the forefoot are overburied, and they still wanted to guard that tap. So looks like there's a healthy amount of curl out there.
For sure, Stephanie Bukurak here with her last shot here in the first end. I got no sniff what she's playing. Maybe a little in-turn tap back to try to manipulate those rocks and get shot stone. You know, I think everybody on this sheet right now is happy with what the eventual outcome is going to be, and it's going to be 1 point for the yellow team. Christie Gamble just saving some time, pitching her rock into the corner. And
All
it will be
1 point.
You're right, man. That's the nature of this mixed curling. Lots of rocks, lots of action, and we are going to bring you the action when we come back in the second end, and we're going to have a little fun with y'all. Go grab an original 16, and we'll see you after this short commercial break.
Hi there, Jim Hale for S3 Air Systems. Today we're going to talk about their new product, UFO Aeration.
Here you can see the completed durable powder-coated steel frame construction and the large mega louver design that allows 4 times more airflow than traditional steel louver designs.
Here I'm just bolting the stage halves together. You can see how the components lock together with just a counterclockwise twist for different aeration needs where you can add and remove stages. Just remember that once there's grain in the bin, you can't change how many stages are in it. Please empty the bin before you change the number of stages.
We're back, bringing you the action here, folks. We are in the quarterfinal matchup You have Christie, Gamble, and Dustin Kalthoff, the number 85th ranked team in doubles on this entire planet, curling out of the Nutana Curling Club. And they are up against the defending provincial mixed doubles champion, Stephanie Bukurak and Adam Bukurak, the 202nd ranked team on this planet. And they toss out of the Caledonian Curling Club. We are in quarterfinal action here Saturday night. You got the Swift Current Broncos playing next door. You got Heikert Shooterbot on the mic. What else could you ask for?
And we'll keep an eye on the other quarterfinal, which we saw Ryland Kleider and Madison Kleider win their C qualifier earlier today, and they're up against Brett Barber and Mitch Height. And coincidentally, Chris, there's a little bit of a curling rumor out there that Mitch's dad, Brad, the Brahma Bowl Height, is retired from curling.
You know, the Brahma Bull has been such a great curler for decades on decades. Always animated, always lots of antics out on the ice. Sometimes you were on the receiving end of a helicopter broom going over top of your head, but he was a fierce competitor, and hopefully he enjoys his retirement. That's for sure. But he has left behind 3 offspring who are heck of curlers, and always a battle if you come up against one of the Height boys.
Yes, I watched some of the tankard action in Saskatoon and saw the Height brothers in action there. And, you know, there was a lot of friendly brotherly bickering, as you would expect. But, you know, in the end, you think there's got to be some love there.
Look, I'd like to give a big shout out to Dukabor, Life in Canada, in the top left corner there. The Dukabor Auto Connection. This is an excellent time for me to let the viewers know Dustin Kalthoff owns Auto Connection in Saskatoon, and he has graciously decided to donate 100% of the proceeds from all VIP membership sales that he makes over about a month's duration in time go towards Sandra Schmerler Foundation, which helps young sick kids. It ends in 2 days from now. So if you've ever been interested in Auto Connection, Dustin Kalthoff does excellent work. I have never heard one of his customers say a bad thing about the operations, the service. Now's the time to consider Auto Connection for your automotive needs.
I think he'll appreciate the plug.
You know what, many of my viewers, just to let you know, the Curling Zone platform.
Don't you mean our viewers?
Did I say your viewers?
You said my viewers.
They're just my viewers. You find your own. You need to find your own viewers.
Okay.
Anyways, my viewers, I'll have you know that the Curling Zone chat is live. You can go on the Curling Zone feed, send us your questions on the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in and watching from. We'd love to chat with you. We are pushing this feed to the Curl Sask YouTube channel, Curling Zone, and the Swift Current Curling Club YouTube channel as well. So plenty of ways to watch this action. Catch me up to date on what's going on here with these lemons in the ring here, Shooter.
We got 4 lemons there, as you said, with Gamble and Kalthoff. And looks like Adam's going to try and do a run back here and bail out shot.
Looking for the run back, and he sets her back a little wide, hits her a little pin, and just peels the guard, leaving yellow line 3 here. Bukurak's with the hammer here in the second end, down by 1.
As mentioned, we'll update the other quarterfinal, and then the first end, the Kleider brother-sister twosome scored 1 point against Brett Barber and Mitch Height.
Not sure if anyone was tuned into the Kleider game C final, but Madison Kleider with an absolute gem to win that game in the last rock at the last end. So well done to them.
And speaking of this afternoon, we see Adam Bukurak wearing the Cougar shirts. We're speaking of the Regina Cougar shirts. Well, speaking of Cougars, Inglot and Mr. Derek Schneider got eliminated this afternoon as well.
I saw that the big rig Derek Schneider and the Coug Michelle Inglot, they came up against this tough Bukurak tandem and had a bit of the boots laid to them. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug, and unfortunately they were the bug in that game.
If you're the Bukuraks, how do you get into this 4-foot?
That is a good question. In a situation like this, your goal is to just score. Right now, there is no chance of scoring. I think you're trying to run things back and blast and move some yellows around. Ladies and gentlemen, let your friends know, big game tonight. The viewers are slowly starting to filter in. Adam makes the run back and juggles things around. It was what he was looking at doing, but bit of a disaster. Leaves Christie Gamble the opportunity to draw in there and lie 4 without hammer here in the second end. I'd like to say hi to all the viewers that have tuned in to watch. We have had viewers from Manitoba, Winnipeg Beach, Montana, Yuma, Arizona. We even had a ration lady tune in last night to watch a little bit of the curling here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. The Duke gets on this one early here out of Christie's hand. I believe they're looking to come right to the top of the 4-foot, even top of the button if possible. Kalthoff giving this a heavy scrub. Tickle the 4 would be nice. And tickle she does.
Now, if you're the Bukuraks, I think you're just trying to cut them down to 1. Or is there enough curl to score there?
Jason Broughton makes some great ice, my friend Shooterbot, but not even Shorty Jenkins could create enough curl to get you to be able to score 1 in this end here, my good friend. Cutting them down to 1 would be the goal here, I would assume. Excellent shot by Christie Gamble there, coming top 4-foot. And really putting the heat on this defending provincial champion Bukurak team. Isn't it fun to say the name Bukurak?
It is so much fun to say Bukurak.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will do my homework at commercial break. We will find out the origin of the name Bukurak. But while I'm doing that, we will watch Adam go pillar to post on this one. They have to get it by. Does it have the legs? And it appears to come up a little bit light. Count the yellows up there, Shooterbot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 lemons in this second end.
Big steal of 4.
Steal of 4, folks. That'll put it 5-0 for the Duke here after 2 ends. But hang on to the edge of your seat. Christie and the Duke gave up 6 not too long ago. We'll tell you about that when we come back from this short commercial break.
You silence the doubters. You get the best tools. You work with the right people. You look to the future and bust through.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea?
Great idea. Let's talk more about next year.
I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrient Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Well, we're back here, folks. I have done my homework on the Bukuraks. And she's a 5-0 lead for Gamble Kalthoff here after 2 ends of play. But plenty of curling still to be done. It's a slippery game and it's played on ice.
When we talk about, Chris, that the fact that it's 5-0, but in a game of mixed doubles, it's far from over.
That's exactly it there, Shooter Bot. And Dustin Kalthoff and Christie Gamble, they know all too well. They were playing Stephen Leigh-Schlong and Nancy Martin in the, it had to have been about the A semi-final. And the Duke was up 5 points. And I kid you not, you can't make this stuff up. The Duke and Gamble gave up a 6-ender against Stephen Leigh-Pipe. And Laycock went on to win that game. So 5-point leads mean nothing. Lots of curling, lots of rock. And I assure you folks, the Bukurak tandem is going to battle their way back into this one.
Well, speaking of steals of 4, that's also what happened in the second end in the other quarterfinal we're watching between Team Kleider and Brett Barber and Mitch Height. Team Kleider got a steal of 4 in the second end, so they are up 5-0 in their quarterfinal.
5 rip. Well, the sooner I can get, whether it's win quick or lose quick, the sooner I can get Mitch Height back up in the original 16 lounge here in Swift Current, the better my bar sales certainly will do.
Swift Current Club bottom line depends on it.
You know, she's nickel and dime these days to try to stay in the black. And fellas like Mitch Height, he certainly does his share when he's up in the lounge. Folks near, folks far, let me know on the chat where you're tuning in and watching this live from. Somebody in the chat asked how Dustin Kalthoff got his nickname, the Dukabor.
Well, do tell.
Well, you're not in the chat. But what I will do is chat about that Bukurak heritage. So as a quick Google search on the Bukurak surname, the surname Bukurak is found in Canada more than any other country or territory. The surname Bukurak is the 10,311th most common family name worldwide.
Wow.
And in addition, not only in Canada, but Bukurak is most commonly or most concentrated in Saskatchewan, where majority of the Bukuraks live.
Saskatchewan has a lot of Bukuraks. I did not know that.
One last tidbit for you on the Bukurak statistics. The Bukuraks earn somewhat more than the average income here in Canada, earning 13.49% more than the national average at approximately $56,386 per year. So, folks, the Bukuraks certainly ain't hurting. And if you see them up in the lounge, you hit them up for a beer. Adam flip-flopping back and forth on this one. Final decision is to go on it. Looking to juggle things around if he can. I think they were trying to get by that red one, though. Were they not?
I think they were. Did you know, Mr. Hiker, that Sam Wills is a Dukabor VIP customer?
Sam Wills, great guy, showing his support. Sam Wills, once he heard 100% of the proceeds would go to the Sandra Schmirler Foundation for all VIP memberships, he went straight on down and got his Dukabor Auto Connection membership. And I encourage all of you to do the same. And thank you to Dustin and his business for donating to such a good cause. Auto Connection in Saskatoon, folks. I hear nothing but good things. The Duke here watching this one closely.
Third end here in the quarterfinal of the Saskatchewan Mixed Doubles Provincials. The defending champion Bukuraks have some thinking to do. How do
Of our viewers,
how do you get those lemons out of the forefoot and score?
I tell you what, they definitely have to take some risks being down 5. But all it takes is one big shot, and you're right back in this puppy. Folks, if any of our viewers are interested, I twisted off the cap on an original 16 here, and why don't we play a little curling drinking game? Anytime Shooter Bot or myself uses the word Dukabor or Bukurak, you have a small sip of whatever beverage of choice it is you're hanging on to. Jumps up and gets this on this one right out of his hand. Not a bad shot.
Still setting second and third. And maybe even fourth.
Gee, Shooter, I think he jumped up to sweep that one and he was still holding on to the rock.
Yeah, credit to the mixed doubles curlers that do that. It's you got to be athletic to do that. I couldn't imagine jumping up like that after I throw a draw through the house.
Parking lot weight, as you like to refer to it.
Correct. And speaking of which, I think we need to make a correction to the other quarterfinal, as the line score I was following was incorrect. Team Clatter only stole 1 in the second, and they're up 2-0 after 2 ends.
Well, folks, we're sorry for feeding you that incorrect information. I assure you I will take it out of the paychecks of the volunteers here at the Swift Current Curling Club who are updating the line scores, as well as I'll take it out of Shooterbot's paycheck here this evening for passing along
I know nothing about incorrect news.
No, that's right. My good friend Shooterbot proudly works for the CBC. So if there's a thing or two about fake or incorrect news, my man Shooter, he's your man.
Well, third in action here, the provincial mixed doubles. And it looks like all the Bukuraks have is a draw for one, or are they drawing to hopefully get two with a little tap on the yellow? Can you move that yellow one that's enough to score two?
I'm going to say negative.
It looks like they're attempting to. Stephanie Bukurak certainly looking like she's attempting to throw a tap here to score two.
Little skinny. Little tap. And a roll. And red gets 1 point here in the third end. I had high hopes for that shot, folks. But before we go to this commercial break, why don't you all have a drink? Or have three. Bukurak, Dukabor, Bukurak. We'll see you after this short break.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
At PharmaSave, we see you and we care. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
Live well with PharmaSave.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
We're back here, folks. Fourth end of this quarterfinal matchup here in Swift Current at the Mixed Doubles Provincial Championships. We have Bukurak versus Gamble Kalthoff. The winner of this game will play Garrett Springer and Jill Springer in the semifinals tomorrow at 9 a.m., folks. Get your popcorn ready. There's sure to be some great curling still remaining. While Nancy Martin and Steve Lay-Wrench wait for the winner of the Kleider Barber Height matchup.
And also the Barbers wait in the wings. Oh, sorry, the Springers.
Now we're talking. Springers are waiting in the wings. Garrett, the big unit. Springer and his wife Jill qualified through the A side, so they had the day off today. Folks, it just dawned on me. We have a power play in this fourth end.
Fourth end, do you think it's a good move to use the power play?
This would have been the Dukabor's decision, and I love it. There's a time when you need to put your foot on the throat, and that was the plan right here. If they can score 2 or 3 or 4, excellent decision, I think. They're smelling blood in the water.
How's your iPhone power percentage doing, Chris?
We are down to 8%, folks. But you have me for a little while longer.
Have you ever had any interest in playing in the mixed doubles as a competitive curler yourself?
None whatsoever. As I voiced 2 weekends ago at the Tankard in Saskatoon, too old, too bald, too fat. No chance I could do what these athletes out here on the ice are doing. Throwing, sweeping, calling line, holding the broom. It takes a specimen to be able to compete in this. It's that's for sure. It's impressive to watch.
It's difficult sometimes to throw a shot at a phantom broom on the other end.
That's for sure. Duke just with the straight peel. I think he was looking to try to get lucky and tickle one of them yellow ones over on the wings in. Nonetheless, I think they are happy with this situation.
Now, Chris, you're the general manager of the Swift Current Curling Club. What other big events do you guys have planned at the club for the rest of the season?
Big events on March 8th, folks. One of the biggest events in southwestern Saskatchewan. The Battle of the Southwest, where the Swift Current Curling Club challenges small town curling clubs from this corner of the province for curling supremacy. Swift Current won the inaugural matchup in 2022, only to have Gull Lake claw their way back and win in 2023. And it all goes down at the third annual Battle of the Southwest, March 8th, here in Swift Current. You won't want to miss that one, folks. Does it look like the Duke's going after this red one in the rings?
I think he is, and I guess with the curl we've seen today, it looks like it's a possibility.
This one looks like it's going sideways on him. I think that was just a case of not fully committing to the shot. Racking on the guard and peeling it off isn't a bad result. So you don't quite fully commit to the shot. And quite often than not, that is what happens. Folks, can you beat Hatch? Cool Shots tournament at the Briar, March 6th to 9th. $10,000 up for grabs. Get your tickets. Come on down to the Briar. You can see myself, Chris Heichert, and I'm paired up with that rotten Ukrainian out of Regina, Andrew Kowalski, and we will be battling it out on the Cool Shots tables March 6th for 10 Genos. 10 bands. What would you do with 10 bands there, Shooterbot?
Oh, I'm not sure. I might have to think about that one.
Anyway, come on down to the Briar, get in on the action. There's still ways to enter the event.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, the Briar is just going to be happening just down the road from Swift Current at the Regina Agrodome, or I should say Branson.
Up in your neck of the woods, I heard rumors of you guys getting a new facility there.
Well, we are, but the design is ready, and we're looking for those that know Saskatoon. We're thinking of putting it right across the street from the TCU place, and the design is pretty much ready to go. We just need to find a bunch of millions of dollars to finance it.
That's for sure. Speaking of finding things, finding the 8-foot would have been key there on that draw. Coming up, light spells disaster. It's looking like an open hit for 2 for Christie Gamble. And for her and the Duke to take a stranglehold 7-1 lead here after 4 ends of play.
Would you have guarded there if you were the Bukuraks?
You know, the guard had to be so precise. If you show any piece on any side, there was going to be a shot for 2. The Bukuraks felt this was their best opportunity to get the force, was to play that come around. Big sweep from Christie Gamble. She makes no mistake. Scores 2 yellow points. And the Duke and Christie go up 7-1 here after 4 ends of play. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're 1 6-ender away from this being a tie ball game. Go top up your beverage, and we'll see you back here shortly after these quick commercials.
New at Asham. Take your game to the next level with the Gushu Ultra Light. Equipped with our world-famous rotator disc system that attaches by Velcro, quickly and easily upgrade and replace your sliding platform. Check out our website at asham.com.
Here is what cowboy dreams are made of. Strong, calloused hands, open skies, the smell of leather and horses and sagebrush. It's getting off the road to explore, a chance to have a real Western experience. Hats, boots, and hard work. It's finding peace while connecting to the land and with those on the same adventure. Pull up a seat or get in the saddle in our living skies and Badlands. Saskatchewan.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never-back-down, full-of-heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good, and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
Welcome back here to the Provincial Mixed Doubles Provincials here from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. We're in the middle of watching Team Gamble Kalthoff going up against the Bukuraks, and it's Team Gamble Kalthoff with a 7-1 lead. And in the other quarterfinal, there's Team Kleider down 3-2 to Team Barber and Height. We will be back right after this.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel, because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
We feed the world with nutrient, and a large portion of what our job is to get fertilizer out with the carriers so they can get directed to the farms or to the different retail locations. We know that if we don't have the answer to something, we're not afraid to reach out because we have support from everyone. We've got a really good team behind us.
Viterra's world-leading, fully integrated agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply sustainable, traceable, and quality-controlled agricultural products. We'd like to recognize Viterra's ongoing support to curling in Saskatchewan through funding youth and school clinics, as well as other programs, and of course, the Women's Provincial Championship. Thank you, Viterra, for everything you've done and continue to do for curling in Saskatchewan.
New at Asham, the Helix Flynet and Express Ultralight, featuring our rotator disc system that attaches by Velcro. Quickly and easily upgrade and replace your sliding platform. Check out our website at asham.com.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and we're here at the brand new Bike Tricks electric bike showroom in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's grand opening, so we're gonna head inside and talk to some Bike Tricks customers. Let's go.
I chose Bike Tricks because of the reputation. I know people who have Bike Tricks bikes, and I know that it's a local company, which I like to support local. They're great bikes.
Come down and see the team here. They're really a great team of people. Check out the bikes, go for a ride.
Folks, we are back.
And we got ourselves, say it with me, Chris.
Power play. Bukurak going with the power play here in the fifth end, trying to throw some points up on that board. Christie Gamble plays the intern tap back. There is a free guard zone rule here in play, meaning you cannot take the rocks out of play. And Christie does an excellent job pushing that rock into the rings, but not fully removing it. Christie Gamble is one heck of a curler, playing with Penny Barker, formerly known as Penny Roy, out of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. She has represented Saskatchewan at the Scotties in the past.
Well, as we mentioned at the top of the cast, the Bukuraks are the defending mixed doubles provincials champions that they won in Weyburn last year against the team, brother-sister team Clutter, but they're down here earlier. They got some work to do to come back in this match.
Well, what Steve Laycock learned was never say never when you're playing Christie and Dusty here. Sixes are always in play. How cool is that? Brother-sister Kleider combo versus brother-sister Bukurak combo last year in the provincial final. That's super cool.
I wonder if that's ever happened before, but we don't have the research budget to figure that out.
Again, the budget is tight. The Duke just looking to play a little bit of a freeze here, and he makes not a bad shot. Red's line one, but he kind of controls in front of those red rocks. It's in a great position for the Duke and Christie here. Folks, if you're tuning in and you are on the Curling Zone feed, please chime in on the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Come say hi.
as we mentioned, the other quarterfinals going on at the Swift Current Curling Club as well tonight. And after 4 ends, we got a tie ball game over there. It is 3-3, Team Collider versus Team Barber and Height.
Brett Barber in the B final made an absolute pistol for 4 points. They were down 3 coming home with, and she made a heater for 4 points and a big win. Bukurak's up and on this one. Looking to just slightly tap things around, change some angles, all while accumulating more of his rocks in the rings. You can see that yellow. Yeah, they are sitting too. That yellow shot that the Duke threw was an absolute pistol. You can see that it's going to cause this team problems sitting in front of their red rocks all end.
We're just getting an update from producer James, Team Ackerman, who is our Saskatchewan women's representative, who are playing just down the road from Swift Current there in Calgary. They're playing Laws, and I remember they gave up a steal of 4, or Team Laws scored 4 points in the first end, but they have fought back against Team Laws and are now tied 5-5. Skylar Ackerman is tied 5-5 against Team Laws at the Scotties Tournament Hearts with Hammer in the 7th end.
Geez, that seemed like a mouthful for you to have to spit out there, Shooter.
It was. Have you checked any of the Scotties action there in Calgary yet, Chris?
You know, I raced home last night to catch the tail end of Team Saskatchewan's big win against Prince Edward Island last night. So congrats to Team Sass for getting in the win column, and all of Saskatchewan is cheering on those girls hard. We wish them the best. In addition to that, the Brier will be firing up here shortly, and we would like to wish, all of Saskatchewan would like to wish the best to the Manitoban Mike McEwen and the Ontario-born Brent Lang as they do their best to represent the green and white at the Brier.
Can you ever imagine a day where you'd see those two gentlemen representing Saskatchewan?
Just when you've thought you've seen it all, ladies and gentlemen, my girl Teresa from Montana is tuned in watching a little curling. Teresa, I really feel like I'm getting to know you here. You've watched several games here on our live stream. Then my man Tyler Gamble, who is the not so better half of Christie Gamble. He's tuned in watching his wife play the absolute beat down on the defending provincial champs, but they're not out of it yet. Bukurak, Adam and Stephanie are excellent curlers, and they will work hard to claw their way back into this game, I assure you that. Dukabor wants to discuss things a little further here. Lots of brooms swinging and arms flying, and I'm not sure if they've decided what they want to do.
Well, it looks like they would play a little intern hit.
I think you're going to see You're going to see parking lot here, Shooter.
I know parking lot wait when I see it. See if this James' camera can keep up here.
Well, I'm not sure what the intention was there. I think that hung a little bit wide.
I think it did hung on when we're way out in the weeds here at the Swift Current Curling Club. Is that tendency to do that where it can just stay straight?
No, it has a tendency to do that when you set it back, float it out, and throw it straight. Folks, have a peek up in the top corner right now. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Dukabor Connection in Saskatoon. Sponsor for Team Kalthoff and Team Gamble. Head on down there for all your automotive needs. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. If you are, you hunt me down, and I will pay for your VIP membership out of my own pocket. Thank you to Dustin and the Auto Connection for your support of the Sandra Schmerler Foundation and all your support and what you do for curling here in Saskatchewan.
Is he paying you for these plugs?
Don't ever tell him this, but I kind of like the guy. You promise you won't repeat that, though.
Secret's safe with me.
The secret here is that was a pistol from Adam Bukurak to wrap one around there, leaving Christie Gamble a run back double at best. But I'm going to go on a limb here, and she floats this one just like the Dukabor did. And you're going to see a wide open draw for 3 from Stephanie. Get your prediction in, Shooterbot.
I haven't seen much of Christie play this week, but she's got as good a shot as anybody. Ooh, she's jumping up on the sweep.
I hear the Duke yelling up from outside. L almost got the triple. I stand corrected. Excellent shot, Christie Gamble. That's worth a fist pump. That will leave the Bukurak tandem. The draw to the 8-foot for 2 points. Trying to claw their way back into this.
Yes, nice shot by Christie there to eliminate one cherry there and save them to two points.
I'd like to say a big hello to Tyler Gamble tuning in to watch his wife put on a clinic out here out on the curling ice. And my gal Teresa, she's watched many games.
Bukuraks are working hard on this one. Need a bite of the 8, and they get it.
Nice shot by Stephanie there to get her 2 points. Give them a little bit of confidence here. Going into the 6th end, the score is 7-3. And we will be back with our feature matchup after the same commercials you've seen 5 or 6 times already now.
You silence the doubters. You get the best tools. You work with the right people. You look to the future and bust through.
There's no doubt running any kind of farm comes with day-to-day challenges. We built a new facility 2 years ago. Technology has totally revolutionized dairy farming. Sask Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
New at Asham. Whether you're in the hack or kicking back, live it in style in the new Throwin' Stones line exclusively by Asham. Curling is more than a sport, it's a lifestyle. Check out our website at asham.com.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. Everyone wins.
Folks, we are back, and you noticed how that first shot had nobody in it? For the most part, that's because teams are a little low on time. So they're not worried about holding the broom for the first couple shots. They're just wanting to get in the hack and throw. Stephanie will rip down to this end just to assess the situation. Looking like the intern come around to the top of the 4-foot.
As we mentioned, it's 7-3, but this game is far from over. Just the swings are can be as big as I've seen Chris Hiker on the golf course.
Well, I need to make sure I clearly point this out several times, but Christie and the Duke did give up a 6-ender not too long ago to Stephen Layhorn and Nancy Martin. So 6s are in play. Comes a little bit heavy with that shot, but she's lying, the Bukuraks are lying 2 in the back of the button. This will be a very important shot for the Duke to get this one on top. I'm sure somewhere out there, the social media phenom, the Rotten Uke, is tuned in somewhere watching this curling.
Comes up a little bit short, so it's advantage team Bukurak.
Adam wants to have a quick look at this one here, but how exactly do you get in there? Both those yellows are in really good spots to be promoted later in this end for Kalthoff Gamble.
Well, this timeout is, sorry, it's not a timeout. While we have this moment, it's updating the other quarterfinal in the 5th after the 5 ends. Team Kleider with the steal of 3 are now up 6-3 against Team Barber and Height. Sorry, we had a technical glitch, but we're back on here in the 6th end, and Team Gamble and Kalthoff are up 7-3, but the Bukurak team has 2 cherries sitting good there in the back 4-foot.
Technical difficulties all around, folks, but I assure you we're working hard to continue to bring this riveting edge of your seat commentary in this quarterfinal matchup. between the team from the Caledonian Curling Club and the Nutana Curling Club. The Duke here looking for the tap back. And an excellent shot by Dustin Kalthoff. That was a pistol, folks. Christie stretching things out in the back, trying to stay loose.
Well, his mixed doubles could be a grind.
Folks, if you're tuned in on Curling Zone, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Ask us any question you like. The Super Bowl was just recently played down in Vegas, was it not, Shooter?
It was, yeah. It's the San Francisco 49ers lost. And those Kansas City Chiefs won a second time.
Second or third time?
Or back-to-back. They won back-to-back.
I got you. Yeah, that Patrick Mahomes, he's a player.
Only the second Super Bowl to go to overtime.
Well, aren't you full of interesting facts?
No, I'm not sure what they were calling there. Do you?
No sniff. Think he was trying to play that one back onto the yellow in hopes to knock them back both further behind the D-line. But it did not turn out, and it looks like the Duke will look for an out-turn draw to the top of the forefoot to lie 2 here. Teresa has a question for us here, Shooterbot. She wants to know why it's called a junior deuce when they split the rings. Do you know why, or should I take my best attempt at it, at answering that?
It'd be a pure guess for me. So go ahead.
All righty, Teresa. The junior deuce, when you split the rings, is because that's all you'll ever get is 2. You're not playing for any more points. You're happy with 2. For example, when they play the power play and there's a corner guard and there's one in the rings behind it, you have the option of either A, drawing another one around there to lie 2 buried in hopes that you score 2 or 3 or 4 and create a big end, or you can play it safe, which many junior curlers are taught to do when they're learning curling, and you can just draw to the open side of the rings to lie 2. It's the junior deuce of splitting the rings. It's a very simple way to score 2. Juniors are taught to do this. You exchange hits with the open one, and eventually you will get your junior deuce if everybody makes all their shots. Teams that are wanting more than just 2, they're going to come around that corner guard again. They risk the possibility of being forced to 1, but it's the only way that they're going to score more than 2. Junior deuce, folks. Keep it simple, stupid. Split the rings, take your deuce, away you go. Might have some controversy here in our game, folks. We got Pogo in the back. Always a concern when the stripes get involved. But I see smiles on the faces.
Team Bukurak is running low on time. They had almost 3 less minutes than Team Gamble and Kalthoff. But here they are. They're going for a little angle raise.
They
hit it a little thick.
They certainly went for it there. Angle raised to lie 2 all buried. It was basically the only shot they had available to them. She hits her a little tick, and that leaves Christie Gamble a draw to the 4-foot, the full 4-foot for 2 points. And if she makes this, I think you're going to see the gloves come off, folks. As the Duke is always in the rings, in the way, but ready to sweep something. Dusty's quite an athletic fella. Nothing impresses me more than when he throws a peel weight shot and he jumps up, chases it down to give it 1 or 2 brush strokes before it hits the rock.
Now your teammate, Steve Laycock, who you play with this year in men's play, what do you think he's been doing today to prepare for the semifinal tomorrow morning?
Well, I do know Layhorn likes to have bubble baths in his spare time. He likes to, he's into knitting. And soap operas. I know Days of Our Lives is one of his favorite shows. So he's quite a riveting fella, that old Stephen Laycock. Steve was the provincial semifinalist this year, losing to Ryland Kleider in the semifinal. They elected for the run back, but Christie's a little wide, which leaves hope for the Bukurak team. I assure you they're going to keep going because, as we know with Kalthoff and Gamble, 6 is always in play. So we're going to come back and bring you guys the 7th end of action here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan when we come back.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Folks, we are back for the 7th end here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, the provincial mixed doubles curling championships. Thank you to all the viewers tuning in to watch the curling here. We are glad that we are able to bring this right to your doorstep, right to your home. I know several beauties that are out there watching this game, including Jaden Schwaga, the silverback. Built like an absolute brick. Silverback house. Jaden Schwaga played lead for the Hartung team here at Provincials. And the boys were on fire, going 5-0 through the round robin, finishing first place in their pool. But I think the old Schwags just ran out of steam there. He was sweeping every single stone.
I got word for him there. I was watching some of the action in the Nutana Curling Club, and I was thinking of sending him a curling or an oxygen tank there. Just I was getting ready.
You know what? A professional athlete like Schwags, he's got a detailed diet. And I can confirm this, he loves his Whoppers. So had you brought him a Whopper, that might have kept the old Silverback going for a few more ends. Schwags is a beast on the brush. He's a beast in the gym, but an absolute plug in fantasy baseball. The Duke looking for the freeze, just trying to get to the inside. Excellent shot by Dusty there.
You mentioned baseball. I guess spring training is underway, so spring can't be too much far away.
It's one of my most favorite times of the year. It's when pitchers and catchers report down in Florida and Arizona. Baseball will be here before we know it, and I saw the Blue Jays made some trades today. Did you see the latest?
Well, how are you liking the Jays' chances this year, Chris?
Well, I questioned the offseason moves. We went with Turner, Vogelbach, and Escobar. Them guys are all your age, Shooter.
Right.
But I'm a Jays fan. Through thick and through thin, I'll be cheering for them. Teresa, if you had to pick a baseball team, who would you say you cheered for living in Montana? Pogo looking bored out of her mind there in the widescreen. Off in the corner. She has done an excellent job officiating this event. She hasn't missed a game.
Now, was that Crow-Sask judge that Crow-Sask judge that said that she would that you'd be trustworthy to babysit children?
There's not a smarter woman out there, Shooterbot, and you are correct. She went on record and said if she needed anyone to babysit her kids, I would be on the top of her list. I'm assuming it has to do with my high morals, my trustworthiness, and how responsible of a young chap I am. Would you not agree, Shooter?
The jury's still out on that, but I digress.
Anyways, getting back to the curling action here. What's the Book doing here? Looking for the skinny double?
I believe he is. Oh, little wobble there from Adam coming out of the hack.
The old speed wobble. Is there a chance you can make this rock run through those, or did he gas this one a little wide?
That is a lonely cherry there.
Not what Adam was looking for. Now I think the Duke might just look to guard this up.
Teresa from Montana says she cheers for the St. Louis Cardinals.
That's no good when I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan as well. Same division. You know who else is a Cardinals fan? The Uke.
Oh.
It is right.
I hear you'll be off to participate in the Canadian Firefighter Curling Championships just down the road from Current. Where is that?
Moosomin, Saskatchewan, folks, is host to the 2024 Canadian Firefighter Curling Championships. And I, alongside Greg Tarasoff, Carmen Cook, and the Rotten Uke, Andrew Kowalski, will be representing Saskatchewan there in that championship. It's always a great time. Lots of fun and camaraderie. Doubt they have the Curling Stadium live stream, but if you'd like, come on down to Moosomin, Saskatchewan and cheer on Team Sask on. I can assure you the four of us have Saskatchewan roots. Magic Mike and Dumbo Brent Lang, I'm not sure they do. But we're going to cheer for those boys anyways as the Brier kicks off March 3rd to 10th in Regina. Anyone have an update on how Team Saskatchewan Ackerman is doing against Caitlin Laws?
I'm going to ask producer James for that update.
Look at that shot. Not good. Bukurak's contemplating taking the gloves off right now.
Yes, Bars, as you mentioned, is going off in Regina at the start of March, and we hope all curling fans will come down and experience Regina.
Regina, is that the city that rhymes with fun?
It is so. And producer James got back to us right away. Team Skylar Ackerman is up 7-6 in the ninth end without him.
Well, we're all here cheering for the green and white here in Saskatchewan. Even my friend Teresa from Montana, she's cheering for Saskatchewan. If she's not, I will look for the button that punts her off this feed. Just kidding. The only button out there punts me off this feed, and I know producer James has had his finger over it for quite some time now. Dukabor on the brush here with Christie Gamble's shot. The Duke and Gamble line 4 with hammer here in the 7th end. And I believe the Bukuraks are foobarred.
How do you get a rock in for a shot here? By picking it up and laying it down there?
You know, you're looking for a prayer at this point. Folks, we might see the last shot of this game right here. Bukurak. The one Buk on the left is already bailing away from this shot. Source some airmail by, and the gloves have come off. Congratulations to Dustin, the Duke, Kalthoff, and Christie Gamble on a win in this quarterfinal here. I'd like to say great job to Bukurak, the defending champions from last year. They put on an excellent show all week here in Swift Current. So congrats to them for qualifying, and good luck to Dustin and Christie tomorrow in the semifinal.
Still another quarterfinal on the ice. It's Team Clutter up 7-3 in the 7th end.
Folks, don't run away. You'll have to log off of this feed, but we are showing the Clyder Barber Hike game. Find it, tune in, and see who's winning. But as far as Trevor Bothrill and myself go, thank you very much for tuning in and putting up with us. Continue to support Curling Stadium. We are honored to be able to bring this right into your own home. Thank you, and thank you, Trevor, and we'll keep in touch.
Good night, Chris.
Good night.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.